So
timer starts.
definitely not the
Okay,
freshest of,
Vitality on
compositional
defense,
ideas,
Fnatic on
and
attack.
especially with the way that I think
And chat,
Vitality
we're at
play,
1-1
it's gonna be
pistol, right?
interesting to
Unless
see
I
if this
completely
still
missed something.
works without the same pieces of the puzzle
I could for sure be
as
wrong here.
effectively as it did. The thing is though, Fnatic have always been happy if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Well, exactly. Let's see if Vitality can break Fnatic's toys.
Back with the
As we move
Sheriff.
into
They
it.
create a
Push
little
from
bit of
Kayak.
pressure
He's
over
been
towards
spotted.
A.
Safe. Taking his HP bar down to the last. The early fight from Fnatic wasn't intended to be B. It's going to take a bit of space and embed Alpha.
Looking a little bit rough for Fnatic on this one. Obviously got to re-clear over towards A. 2-person hold.
Giving up this space.
Kicks.
Push up,
Should
they
be
go
getting his stun back
typically see
soon.
from teams.
Yeah, 9 seconds.
You know that you should be expecting
Wait, I
someone on
liked
rubble,
this
but
though. The
not so
spam
ready for
bait.
kicks.
So they
Only
think that the
finds one before
1-person
going
hold is
down.
over towards here, and then they walk out through the smoke thinking it's fine with the cover of their own wall. It's kind of smart.
Get quite a bit further than maybe they would have expected.
That's
No,
rough.
Durka is waiting and watching. That now leaves this as quite a one-dimensional take from the side of Fnatic. It seems like there's a decent idea, though safe, shrouded out
30 seconds
by that
left.
VIT utility, means that they might just have an opportunity to try and put the pressure onto Sivov.
He is all alone, and with that door open, his back is now compromised. Wants to fight forward, and good for the first. That's all he's getting this time. Crashies knows there's a fight brewing with Safe, but has to go back to cover the plant. 10 seconds left. And it's time to get that spike on the floor. Durka dropping down's being heard, but there was no chance to stop the defuse, or the plant, I should say. The
Oh,
defuse
man,
now certainly
just
coming
with the
through.
timing.
Spoilers ahead.
It was
Big
close.
flame from
Crashies
Les,
gave this a really
and it's
good go.
to see he's still got that gameplay up his sleeve, even here on Lotus.
Yeah, it seems to make very little difference what map or even what agent you put less on. He's always going to be behind you. You've always got to watch out. I also want to just bring in
This is one of the smartest players. Yeah, he's great to watch. Like even just if you just mini-map watch him, like he's very smart.
Oh god.
There were 15 opening duels. How many do
You
you
don't really
think
have to
that
worry
Vitality
about
won?
him making mistakes.
Ooh.
What is
Feel a
this
little
one?
aggro at times. I'm going to go in for
The 2 guns?
14.
Okay.
4. That's a few more.
Yeah. So it
Out
Two
of
ball
15.
blocks.
yes, it was a
One
13-2.
outlaw.
So they won.
And Fnatic, considering they got a
almost every
plant,
single
they
opening
buy
duel. So obviously
a
hugely
little bit
dominant
more
performance from
into
them,
it.
but
Maybe a
have to
bit
wait
too
and see
much,
if
we
they
would
can do a
say, but
similar
we'll
sort
see.
of display versus Fnatic, and more so if it will matter. This has been an incredible map for them. The only defeat they've had was when they faced up against G2, obviously one of the best teams in the world. And every other team they face, they've got a minimum of 8 rounds on the attack. And in most cases in EMEA, they've got at least 10. Well, they have got 10.
I was twinged a bit when you say G2 the best team in the world, or one of the best, just thinking on the last time that was true before that roster, and it was when Valorant was played in a very different way.
I might get some
Yeah,
freebies
we're
there.
past those
Wait,
times now.
what is this
Yeah,
timing?
And then they got 13-0.
So there is no info over towards A at the moment, so they they kind of get caught on the timing of switching out the rotates.
Same can be said
And then they
for
fake the B and
entirety
try and
of
catch
opponents.
C with
Oh,
only
they've
one
run
person
You've been
holding it.
left behind. You've been
That's an
left out to
absolute
dry
shot.
less. Oh, already good for one. Now the rifles come into play. See, the goal here is to keep things as clean as possible. A plant would be nice. Closer,
So
but not
close.
quite. Millisecond
There
away.
was they ended up being safe,
Chronicle, who was
jump
left
spotting to get him on the
behind.
mini
You know
map,
what,
and
he's gonna get away
Darker
with
shot
one.
him
Always
through the
seems
floor.
to. And that is a
Concept
bulldog
with the
in
tier
hand.
1, thank you
There's
so
a part
much.
of me that
Darker
wonders
got
if
him
he goes for
from
damage,
Waterfall.
or if he just chucks out the map.
Yeah, 15 seconds left. He could even run and
He
carry
has
it
no
through.
idea
He'll have the
how
credits in the next.
many bought
Then
into this.
Vitality here could be worth it, but the players he'll fight might not all have
very
weapons.
nice.
And one shot landed should get that bulldog back.
Darker
into play.
throws
Durka
that
even
away and gets the
dropped
bulldog
outlaw,
back, and
so one of his
you would
closer
imagine one of the
teammates could
people
pick it up.
closer can pick
Nicely
up the
done by
outlaw.
Vitality, not too much lost. A 2-0 start. And like we said, you know, Fnatic 5-0 up on the last map. Climbed back after Vitality took the lead, brought us to an overtime. Had many opportunities to close it out. Now, looking at the games yesterday, Tom, we've seen that crumble teams mentally, but I would be astonished if that was the case for Fnatic. Let's see if they can take this third round, though. Whether they're crumbling mentally or not, this will certainly lift your spirits.
I think no matter what, I won't. Even if they get stomped here, I won't argue it's down to mental. I think this team's done way too much. I might argue that it's down to Vitality being insane.
It's a really devastating.
Durka
start to this round.
Into a position that is being
kind of like this from Vitality. I didn't see their full reaction to the smoke on the floor here. But it looked like,
deal a death blow.
because the smoke's to counter the one way, it looks like they just did salvos either side of it and spam the smoke.
Wall that we love to see utilized to take space. Instead,
Lose A control, instant drone over towards B. If there's someone over towards B, you know they're likely to be split. If you don't see anyone to B, it means you can heavy rotate over towards A with the numbers. So we can see 3 on A right now.
Paranoia is going to keep them back a little longer. With that deep information we're talking about for Durka, yeah, they know, they're ready for this blitz to come through on the A side. Salvos to slow as soon as the door opens. Whoa, that was almost a big mistake. Pressure on, and Safe knows it. Body's coming around the corner, he's down below in the well. Creeps around the backside as well, barely avoiding Alfier's gaze. And the 2 versus 4, thanks to that shot.
But while this has gone on the whole time, Duck has been pushing over towards C.
Boaster to still be in rubble till they hear his steps. They just heard him running. Durka was well within range, and you can see. Oh, maybe not.
No, maybe not. Maybe comms.
Alfier's aggressive position. This could even things up if he wins. The fight's not clean, but he does get
Dude,
the kill.
only took 1 damage though, like 1 bullet.
Puts things back into a 2v2, and they've expected Boaster to run away, to go back to try and join his teammate. The thing is that tap, it forces Alpha's hand, but he still manages to survive.
Oh my, Alpha though, what is this round? That first shot was really nice. And the third and the fourth was awesome as well.
Buried, but put this man back on a killjoy, and he'll deliver.
It's good to see him smiling down there early on. Had a bit of a shaky start to split and a few whiffy moments as well. But this was looking
Sure, this is the problem with Alpha. He says that he doesn't like playing the Sentinel role, but he's kind of just too good at it. He does just seem to farm in it. His win rate's great.
A bit whiffy up top as well, but onto Durka and finishing off kicks with ease. The Beast is back. Well, let's see if that holds true. A 4-piece for Alpha and a round for Fnatic, but a full buy coming through from their opponents now. They had a lot of weapons to fight with in the last.
We got
this one will look that little bit better.
4 that can't buy here, 3 that can't buy here.
Definitely an opportunity loss for Vitality. How that round started off, I think Boaster being able to get him from behind, but
okay, just tap and see if there's any kind of reaction. This is smart though, right? They're tapping with the raise. If there's some kind of punish here, they can get out with the raise, but you would imagine what's going to happen is Fade is going to come over here and get the orb. The only thing that I don't like from Fnatic at the moment is this orb is going to be for Fade, and as soon as the orb goes out... Wait,
base being taken. Dirk at the first point of contact doesn't want to overface, and actually Kayak has found 2.
Fair play, man. They just popped without a fade.
Yeah, less going down to the nade as well as open the site.
I was about to say it's going to be too predictable, right? They're going to get the fades here. Once you see it, you know they're going to hit over towards C, but they ended up picking up the orb on Alpha. And then just popped into sight with honestly not too much util.
In terms of credits, that may come into play. They even decide to go for this 3 versus 4, they lose 1 player and it's time to fall back. They see an onslaught of utility and it may just be the same. Salvos and a pop flash inside the smoke. Kix has got the cover he needs to follow through on that kill without disruption. But when they step a little wider, Kayak and Alpha ready to clean up, all on C-Buff, and no idea that Crashies has wrapped around.
Oh my god, it's so close. I think he doesn't have it.
Down to the last few seconds, but
oh man, that last shot's crazy though.
But a fight that still goes to Fnatic.
Dude, I'm still confused by their pop here. Omen flash, nade, molly. That's it.
Knowing just about when he needed to peak, but that is really unlucky for Seabov. Again, that looked like a round that was done and dusted with.
Yeah, it's a lovely little pop to be fair to him.
He somehow made that one
Util dump the back of sight so everyone just aims on the right.
Reactions at the end.
Got all these freebie rounds last game, so now it's time for us to get some.
Clearly Boaster feeling they should have won the
freebie rounds. Hopefully he's not talking about this round. That would scare me.
Immediately dealing.
Good start though.
With Durka, and this was an aggressive push that we've seen a few times.
The worst thing you could do after they played that is get eco'd. They're up against 1 Sheriff though. It's a 4v5 and there's 1 Sheriff.
Patiently playing as a squad to make sure that Okay, they're not going to be able to steal.
Yeah, I like this though from Fnatic, right? They realize that they saw a lot over towards here. They smoke this off. They open the door. They create pressure, like they're instant reacting over towards A. But instead, they're 4-person walking over towards C. Can't be mad at Vitality for reacting like this of what's going on. This is going to be an empty site. It's going to be an empty site, and Kayak might be able to get the plant here once they realize that it's free.
Full default with
Which
40 seconds left. The best play and
for next rounds.
The only chance most of the time is to group up.
Yeah, there we go, and they get the good plant. Dude, next round's going to be pretty hard for Vitality, you'd imagine.
For free, and Fnatic able to set up into post
Good calling on this one.
We talked earlier about Alphair and Crashies potentially having ult for this, and indeed they do it. But again, seeing them, if they commit even one of those ults, Vitality can be pretty happy about that. And they won't deal the damage to the weapons, but at least the ult economy will go down.
Okay, throw in.
Realistically, their goal
they
here
want
is
some
not
more.
even
Throw
to
in
debate out ultimates.
Spectre over towards Chronicle, and he's
it's
just
simply
out
to
here
sit
hunting.
outside of B main and wait for Fnatic to come knocking. Then they can make it really costly.
Already cleared way too much space.
Yeah.
Outside of B. I think Fnatic realizing that something's afoot. Just opt to run back in the other direction. Maybe an assist or two for Timmy the turret. But no, it's just gonna be
It looks like the turret just mowed them all down.
All of those additional orbs to their opponents, but Fnatic will take the lead. Now, something I want to just premise again, when you look at this map, Vitality have had some, frankly, ridiculous attack sides. Again, you're talking about 8 rounds playing T1 at Masters, 10 rounds versus GX, 10 rounds versus Team Liquid. They are incredible at the attack side.
The thing about Vitality having only having Viper as a Sentinel, I think it's so fine to have this comp. I think it works. My one peeve at the moment is I don't think they're playing aggro enough.
But even 4 or 5 rounds,
that's like my main thing at the moment.
On the defense.
I think if you look at a couple of the rounds, when they like leave info here and leave info here, in my opinion, it's like you can't really play like that. At least for the first like 50 seconds, 40 seconds.
Or do just the same as the others. And this is why they can be much slower in their approach to this early round. They don't need to have a lot of space to springboard off of, especially when you're pushed up like that.
Reclear over towards A. Smoke goes down, they open the door. They're in instant reaction as they realize they're going aggro A.
He is dancing around those shots, waiting for them to run out of ammo, and as they retreat and reload, he pushes on. That'll get them a plant, and again, we talk about the crowd control.
Yeah, they got
just
space
running
at
the clock
least.
down. He won't get a kill with the showstopper, but he's got
They want more. Fatal goes in. Oh boy, they put a lot of ults into this. Darker his ult to retake.
That got removed with the spam, trying to push
That's an
on to see when they've done
incredible
well.
distraction.
Into that
Speaking of Darker though,
the thing is, though, they didn't actually
they didn't go for the plant?
They're now going back over
Wait, they
to
might
the
have
A side
overcooked
with
this
the
one a little
Spike,
bit.
who's trying to sell this ruse, and with the Rolling Thunder on the other side, safe with Dirk combining, it looks like Fnatic might have overcooked this one a little bit. The Spike now has to go back once again, and sure, on a site hold, in a 1 versus 3, it was basically going back to the last map. Crashies managed to thrive. This would have to be the best of them. Already giving away his position. Sure, he'll take
it's nicely done from
Durka,
Darker. I think they looked at Kix's ult here and were basically had. I think Boss's brain is thinking we can't hold after plant against a
by making that late play towards A main, and then Durka did exactly the same to him. The site hold as well, the Rolling Thunder committed by Kix got them so much. And again, sort of from the start, once Alphair gets picked off through the wall, that's what opens the door for Durka to make this play. That's when Durka says, okay, I've been holding this, no one's here, I'll push up because
I got dropped.
They're not going to catch me. They're not going to hit me with a turret. I'll be able to sneak up, get a shot off, and gate crash out.
Have to go faster playing over towards A.
3 to 3.
Probably if they wanted to do this, I think Chronicle has to take more space than he did.
2 ultimates utilized as well. However, lockdown and maybe a Chronicle Viper's Pit might finally be seen. It is a mystery to us. You can just fight for that orb. A lot of the time the defense are not going to play this far forward. In fact, it's interesting, the C site is where we've basically seen Durka almost every single round. Like, they are happy to just take the control, have him posted up in case anybody wants to try and fight that direction. but it then just allows them to bolster the other side of the map. You're seeing 3
The drone does clear it. The drone's kind of nice, because most drones don't clear back a yellow, back a rubble either.
Yeah, they've walked straight through the door. Seavoff, they knew he was there, but a little bit too
Damn,
late.
that's
The
nice.
pieces connect.
Dude, this guy loves Lotus, man, you can tell.
You lose that fight on A main, you got to go somewhere else. You got to take space.
A lot
For a
of
moment, it
confidence.
looked like they would go walking.
They're gonna
right
BC
into that
split this
operator,
guy.
but instead, the B
Does have a
site is their
TP
new
for a little
target,
bit.
Alpha, 56 HP. But an ult online if they want to use it. Keep an eye on the gate crash for Durka as well. That's going to fade out.
Dude, I'm looking at both, just creating pressure over towards A at the same time they create pressure B. Hey, even I don't know what they're doing. Nice kill. Les must be so confused. Boasties? Oh, the Omen Flash. Oh my, what an Omen Flash.
And he's going to take some damage as he backs away.
Dude, Boaster did a madness over towards A, fair play.
Really something that Vitality can deny.
They'll have to fight their way back through with Durka on the off. It's not the easiest to make work on these kind of angles, and the lockdown put into play. Now we save. There's no
that
other
was
choice.
the original plan.
That lockdown.
The breach
The
of,
operator
they
still,
did get
even
out
if
in
it
the
wasn't
replay,
there,
so
a
I'm not
2v4
sure.
from this position, they had to be able to at least trade out the kill, but that'll stop the
Okay, this
play
ended up being a
completely.
great round.
Fnatic
Chat, who hit
had
this
the
shot, by
lead
the way? Is this
moments ago, and
Crashies?
they will
Whoever
reclaim
hit the
it,
heaven
but
shot just kind of
they're
made
at
this
each other's
incredibly easy
throats
for them.
in the early rounds. It's back and forth, and for Vitality, that's
Crashies.
keeping them in
Yeah,
with a
what
real
a
shot to close this 2-0.
what a kill.
Again, what these teams have played, I know not same rosters for the most part. Certainly, Durka would have been on the other side. But historically, Vitality and Fnatic as an organizational battle always goes Fnatic's way. In all the iterations of Vitality, they've taken 2 maps off of Fnatic. So coming in today with a 1-0 and a real chance to not just beat them,
It's a shit
but
bot for me.
2-0, brutalize them. It's going to put Vitality in a good mental state.
The bad,
especially with this being their map pick.
it
Like
is
you
a
said,
mistake from
second
Safe,
half,
though.
they moved to
And
the
then that's
attack.
like the
All they gotta do
A
here is
pressure
keep
of
it
the
close.
smoke and the door made him rotate like this,
But I will
but
say, like, again,
I
you win the
think
pistol
when your
second
wall
round and
is
then
down,
4
you
of the 5
gotta...
have gone the way of Fnatic.
They
They're
gave him like an
definitely
easy
looking
shot,
like they're
right?
Building into
I thought it was a nice shot from Crashies, relatively
this
easy.
half with a clear game plan. Like, they go back for the same B take, knowing that, okay, if we get into the post plant, that
What did he say? He
lockdown
said it
is
was a
just
bad
so
pause from
oppressive.
him.
Like, you're looking to try and get back into the site, but you have to give up every single piece of control. So you hit that timing maybe 10 seconds after you plant. Firstly, the clock runs down, but also it's almost impossible because you then have to re-clear everything you've just had and had to give up because of that lockdown. What I will say is now the ults have flipped.
Halagren
Sure,
and
Crashies have been able
Leo.
to
Thank you so much,
farm up a few
Halagren and
more
Leo.
orbs
Thank you
to
for
try
the
and get
donations.
back that Nightfall that was utilized
Appreciate
round
you
number
doing
6.
that.
But other than that, Dimensional Drift, and more importantly, that Armageddon. We have seen
Let's
so
get the W
many
spams in for the donos.
ludicrous plays combining
Fnatic
the
Leo,
Armageddon
maybe.
with the salvos, be it
You
to
never know.
clear a site that's been taken, or just
Never
to
know.
deny a plant in general.
Again, for people who are just joining us, we are doing charity stream
Like
today.
you said,
Hope for the
Ult's
day.
coming
That's what
online
the
for
donos
them
are
moving
about.
into
That's what
this
the thing above
3 to
me
4. With the damage they've been
yeah.
doing in some of these rounds
is about. If you want to
hasn't been
donate,
enough to keep Fnatic in a risky spot,
And it
right?
is,
They don't just
the
have
prevention-
one buy round to win, and then
prevention
they're
of suicide,
into
just
winning
being
ways,
proactive
get that
and
little
just
bit of a lead.
getting people to
Fnatic
know
built
that
up
it's okay to
quite
not
a bit
feel
of
okay.
credits.
Get everyone talking.
Dispensing those ults in the last round certainly helped out.
Everyone talking and
Difference
reaching
to be
out.
made here on the server.
And just
And
having
again,
a
when we look at
been
how
a
things
nice
went in
place.
that previous
You
map,
can
Tom, it
feel-
was a very slow
you
start.
feel like you can reach
for
out to
Durka.
people.
It was a
Kind of what
quick
we're trying to do
start
in
for
chat here.
Kayak, and it seemed like a real diff between the two. Durka woke up towards the end, heated up into that map, and by the looks of it, into the series as well. A much better face to him, and also you can understand it when so much of his value on Split was the operator in those aggressive spots early on. Well, this map, that's a playstyle that just thrives
yeah, they're
here
all
on
doing
Lotus.
it.
So
Catching on.
I expect, yeah, he's 6-4 right now, but with the op coming online only more recently, I think it's going to get a whole lot better for Durka and a whole lot more difficult for Fnatic to fight for that early space.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one because I feel like this is a map where I even think back to, I think it was Safe getting his
Color
team
coordination. Oh yeah,
qualified
dude,
to
you
an
went
event. I think it was
150.
Champs by getting an ace to close out. Individually, he's always been fantastic on this map. The problem though is I think when you face off against Fnatic on Lotus, and you're that IGO, you're that leader, the guy who has to make a lot of the calls, you need to be so focused in. There's a squad that I think Boaster does
Try
an
to change the
excellent
year
job
sub for you if you want.
of taking back map control midway through a round and then quick switching to another side. I think B is the prime example.
2 subs per 100,000 donors. Oh, okay, I see.
Still quickly
damn, you sacrificed the color coordination.
Even going just back through that broken door towards the A site. And if you're caught off, we even saw it a couple of rounds ago.
How much of a chance you give EG to beat Sentinels?
Okay, I haven't seen anything on B in ages.
I don't know, Sentinels
immediately finished off. So
don't look crazy consistent, but I haven't liked what I've seen from EG. So
of what's going to be going on,
I would give it a 70-30. I think that's fair.
And I think they've been caught a couple of times.
Maybe give them an extra 3% because Potter always
back towards rubble, and then Chronicle again doing the same.
Potter hasn't lost the captain,
feels like
right?
in those moments Fnatic are perfectly communicating and holding that ground, and sometimes Vitality get a little bit lost.
Wento in the YouTube chat, thank you. Means it's so important when one goes through a hard time, if everyone can find and know that they can count on their online or IRL communities. Thank you so much for saying that, Wento. Very, very true.
And on the same page, and you can see Faded firing away with what he's been watching.
I'm just getting 3% or 3%. I mean,
5 rounds.
3%'s a 3%.
It's 4-3 on the board with Vitality with a real chance thanks to ultis coming online, thanks to Operator and play. But considering they were 2-0
I appreciate you doing that, dude. Thank you.
Yeah, recency bias goes to Fnatic. Seems like the momentum, the wind in their sails. Here's where Vitality have to put them to an early stop.
Would you feel like EG miss? I don't think they have the best read on the meta, personally.
That wasn't somebody spilling a drink. I did see Alfie, I'd say there's a 50-50
gone a lot
chance.
different to what they're doing.
Any game, any day.
Especially with the team that they have.
A bit too quickly, took half the desk with him.
I've seen those cups, you can hit them and they don't fall over, and it's a miracle Fnatic haven't
where are we at?
Yet.
Vitality.
Yeah, maybe.
Money's low for 2 of them.
I think most players have like 17 drinks on their desk at once. So
I've seen people come in with 4 keyboards.
Prowler clears over to.
It's a risky game, and actually,
dude, what was that? Little double jump peek? I'm not sure about that one.
That's the reason they've had to avoid
coordination was slightly off there.
But it's also a reason that they've been able
to
challenge
and comms
quite a lot towards B. I think Safe's definitely heard a step or two, getting that stun ready. But just because there's commitment
Dark
here
has been
early,
doing this all the time.
Completely commit. Bear in mind, this is a couple of rounds in a row they've head towards this B site. It could all be a ruse.
Paranoia put through. Boaster blinded, but he's up close. His senses back just in time to see Buff backing off. And they know that up top
so close to getting the spike. Oh my goodness.
The push up is huge from Durka.
Drone goes over towards B, spots someone here, so they know the original plan was to split over towards B. With that, Durka might actually speed up and get a free kill here. Dude, it's so unlucky for him. Tail all makes it look like he's hitting over towards A. Wait, that's Safe's Tail.
Slowing them down on the A side, drawing them into battles. They step
oh my god, nice shots.
They step forward on A, and no ground really taken until now.
Dude, every time Durka clears a corner or goes round a corner, they manage to get round it like 2 seconds before. Does have the ult for this. Good ult into the Viper ult and try and get Leicester spams.
Perfectly timed for him to get their dimensional drift used to try and clear out positions, wanting to try and get rid of Crashies, but Crashies still wins that fight. And now for Durka, he's got to try and find not only the Viper, but some space to play with. Went back. Has at least a little bit of extra HP, but that is ticking away. Needs Chronicle to fall, and he finds the headshot, but has to be wary of the player
very nice. Dude, nicely done from Crashies here. I mean,
just on the edge.
They won a good amount of duels.
Losing some fights, but again, it
was interesting. They like tail ulted to try and make him go into the B split.
Because
they had 2 on B.
Catching a couple of players around that door position. And they now extend that lead a little further.
Dude, the shots in this round are kind of nuts.
Phenomenal play by Crashies as well. This is a round that looked done. It looked to be in the gutter, and a big 3-piece from him. The first 2 getting them.
I've got the cleanest guns in the West. I need a permit for mine.
Never heard anyone chat more waffle at the end of rounds.
No, he really is up there, man.
I absolutely love it.
He's always got something to say.
I'll tell you that.
It must be hard to be in a bad mood when someone just says stuff like that at the end of every round. Yeah.
No, he's a tough guy to be in a bad mood around. I'll tell you that. I mean, I'd say that for most of Fnatic, it is just like, you look at it as a vibe scene.
Yeah, they do look like they're having a lot of fun.
Popping the dances, but outside of that, they've cut the skill.
Honestly, ever since Mini left, it does look like the team looks really fun.
Vitality Well, they're not able to put all the pieces together here. It's
And
down
a
to
lot of them have
Sheriffs.
said it's the happiest they've ever been.
Here on the defense, and on the attack, maybe you got a chance. Group up and just look to snowball into them. But on the defense, that's a little bit more difficult to do, especially on a map with 3 sites. At least on Split, you go A or you go B. But here, there's a tertiary option.
Yeah, and also just the way that Fnatic plays. As I said, they're constantly changing up late into the round. So even if you gambled and then you heard them go another way, you might have gambled correct at the beginning, and then you second guess yourself, you get picked apart.
You hate to see it. At least
They
happened
are
on
currently
Nico.
being picked apart. Seaboth.
Nice little pressure over towards Seek, and that's the way he did it.
Sheriff can be unkind. Unfortunately, that is now the spike crossing to the
Great
site.
shot.
Eventually, will get the job done. At least finding one, you can see a slightly safer position.
There's a
being
world
chosen
where
just
less...
to make sure there isn't really a chance.
Might be the
although
world.
Another pick coming up.
I
This
didn't even get a
position,
chance to finish
should
it.
be nasty. I don't know how they're making this round competitive. That's a little whiffy, but the job gets done in the end. A 2 versus 2. Make
Boaster,
that
man.
just one. Boaster
He's just wrecking
from the
them all.
flank, I think, has done enough. Seaboth to try and fight versus the remaining 2.
Very
well,
nice.
eventually, a mini heart attack, but Fnatic get it over the line.
I was getting ready
You
to
can
be a
tell
little
Boaster watches
critical
a lot,
because in a
though.
round like this where you're looking at
Gets the
pistols
same
for your
amount of smoke
opponents,
kills.
I
I mean, the
reach
whole
should be
game
there,
right
not
now is
just
set
from
up for
press
smoke
cap,
kills.
but also
Loads of
from
pit
what
teams
they'd
that play
already
double
seen.
controller.
That man didn't have a
Every
weapon,
choke point is a small
nor did
choke
the second
point.
pickup that they found
You
from
tag when you
Boaster in mid,
spam.
or in
The
B, I
Phantom
should
is
say.
just the better gun
And the
at the
thing is, he goes
moment.
up into heaven. This leaves the rest of Fnatic 3 players
Watches a
on
good
the
amount,
site
so he
that they
knows
don't
what
have
people are
control
most
over.
likely
In fact,
to react.
They don't have control over door. They have heaven, but they don't have the spawn
Chemistry's
side.
a little bit
It's
off
wonderful.
almost.
The worst high five of all time, Ben.
Yeah, I was about to say, you
He's
need to work on the
interested.
synergy, lads.
But I,
Dude,
honestly,
they
that
knew
came down
that-
to
they
Boaster.
knew the
If he doesn't
replay's
have
gonna get
success
him.
on flank, then the round was thrown away by the lack of control.
Must
But
have been a
instead,
jump spot.
Yeah, I reckon it was a jump
wonderfully.
spot.
And look at where
Boaster commits
he
it.
actually died. It doesn't even look like he's out far
Boaster's
enough to
just going to
even
sit in the
take any
smoke now,
damage.
surely.
That's a big start, a switch up, trying to maneuver.
Hold up, he
Don't
knows that
bring
the
to
people over
position,
towards here got
putting less
Visolid, so he's
over on
kind
C
sorry, got
instead, and with him
Fadeoid,
gone,
so he kind of
you already see
ran
that has been
to a
completely
position,
claimed
and
by
he's created a
Kayak.
little bit of
Also,
pressure.
if the orb is still there, that could be...
Oh, imagine it. But everyone had to go
They
hunt
thought
for
that he was in
him.
heaven, though. I think he had the right
And
play
so they
there.
left
Like,
the site.
You're trapped, you're surrounded.
He actually did
You've gotta
incredible.
spring on something.
Like the
And
fade
especially
ult
with them
really
thinking on the other
really
angle
helped
that
it
that's
out.
where the danger
They get the
lies.
good
It would be
plan.
a
I just hope that
split
they
through to B. It
actually
makes sense. Deep
have
aggression
someone over
from
towards
Kayak,
here.
knowing that
Especially now
Boaster
with the
had
setup,
drawn
like they
forces
should just
in
go
the other
heavy.
direction. And indeed, Showstopper
Go for a little
online now, but
2-2.
that should be
Oh
used
my
as a safety
goodness,
net,
Alpha.
especially now. 4v2, no need to throw it in. Even the nade there, delaying them further. And I think Vitality, whether they are a big fan of a waterfall retake or not, I don't really care. I think they're just
Fnatic
falling
are
back
definitely,
to save these weapons. And for
definitely
Fnatic,
looking good,
that's
though.
exactly what they hope for. 7 rounds now guaranteed to
They've
be on the
always
board.
got like a
And with
half of
4
a map
alive
that
and
looks
op
great.
saved over as well, they're set to close out this half in a very strong position.
I think
That's the
Boaster
thing, though,
individually
the
is
early
looking
fight from
impressive.
Althea, having that operator, that was basically set up as a denial for Durka. He's been peeking out most rounds, as said. He's been controlling that. So that was Althea, well,
Total
being the alpha
pistols,
and
a
just
2-1 for
taking that
Vitality.
Clear fight. Kayak's made a bit of a slip up and gone down to the spike.
draw it
but
if you want.
I don't think it's going to do too much damage to the economy. But instead, I think it was actually just a jump spot from Les that I believe barely even showed anything. I'm hoping we'll have the replay of it. It must have been, yeah,
Good shot.
literally just nothing. And that's enough Althea to take the opener. And by that point, you've kind of lost so much control. Like they had a free walk into C.
Oops.
And yeah, that's...
I thought I'm safe here.
Yeah, they did. They had a free walk into C, but again, this is Boaster going for the TP deep into spawn, surviving on 10 HP, and making the call many players wouldn't, but many players should, of Durka just shot me. He almost took me down. I survived a brush with death. I'm out of here. Runs in the other direction and forces them to hunt him down. That's what buys the
Money
C
for
site.
Fnatic is
For
outrageous.
Fnatic almost for free.
They buy
It's been a rough half.
buy for the
far,
rest of this
Vitality.
half, and honestly, they might do the
Sung the praises of their
might
attack
buy a couple
half,
of
but
Odins or like ops and hold
do need
to something
to play
in
with.
the next rounds.
Fnatic
They
have
got
been
some options, throwaway guns.
adapting throughout.
Not really seen this
Very
one. Smoke
Shakespeare
towards
with
heaven.
denial of
Wait, we
Seaside
got a
in the
molly on
last.
top of this as well? What's the molly
now
go?
what looks like a much more direct hit
Molly go
towards
here?
this A site.
No, molly goes in front.
Oh, slowed completely. But he's got
Oh no,
plenty of
Molly goes
time
back to
still
sight.
on that
I saw it here.
showstopper. Up close.
Wait, that's nice.
a
So you
big
force him
hit.
over towards the
Blast
left,
down.
so you have free
Nade
pathing.
Chasing kicks, and
Wait,
he's
this
in
is a six
trouble
strat.
with the C's. Just about staying alive, but look at the reinforcements.
Dude, Duck
They're
has
all
been
coming
doing
in.
this
Durka from the back
all
might
the
be able
time.
to find value. In fact, he'll be pushed all the way back by
Yeah, and it's a good reaction. They know that he pushed over towards C. Dude, the mid running is really nice.
By Vitality, trying to reinforce the back of A, ends up biting them in the back as Fnatic.
Do they go for the overcook again? Had a chance to plant over towards B, kicks one away from his ult. C
we saw Durka able to capitalize instead.
Where they decide to go for. Scared of getting like the good plant because they haven't cleared over towards Mound.
Over on the Vitality side that they might opt to switch back, and yeah, you mentioned it. This is a late rotation coming through, maybe a little bit too late. Boaster needs to hold the line.
Boaster's got a delay for a long time.
As he watches.
Yeah, and tap of the spike is rough.
Knowing his teammates up close, but needing to try and deny if there was someone spamming it. Coming through on the other side, Chronicle's actually managed to find one more, but Kix is still waiting patiently. Chronicle
jump up, jump up, jump up.
Face up versus 2, needs a little bit
jump
more.
Up.
Shots connected, but Kix is just sticking the defuse, even let's go. It takes a lot for Vitality to finally get back onto the board, but with 4, they close that gap at least a little.
Well, maybe even enough. 8-4, a much easier half to recover on, and well, we're not done yet. It could be a 7-5 half in their favor, a streak from Fnatic. 7 out of 8 rounds.
Over peak, yeah, I think definitely Alpha could have played it differently in terms of like
for the pick onto less. It's remarkable.
Playing for his life.
What a job by Seavelf up top, by Safe containing that deeper aggression. I think the over-rotation of the A site almost cost them, but the fact that they filled in the gap so quickly stopped Fnatic from being able to take advantage.
I wanted him to jump up like before the smoke was going.
Under pressure. 3 players stacked up on C, and early on,
so that he was already
wanted
there.
to go there for the pick. It's probably a good job he did.
Just to get rid of that turret. We've seen it a couple of times, and it's just to put further doubt in the minds of Fnatic.
Down.
Sending through the drone. That's going to be the Rolling Thunder, a very aggressive take, but Chronicle still manages to land a couple of shots from afar. I don't mind the idea,
late
but
pinch in.
not being able to fight from the player so deep.
Les, once the door opens, he ults,
They've left Les
right?
alone. Bear in mind,
door opens.
he does have the Viper's Pit, and only a Spectre, so at some point, if he is going to utilize it, it needs to be soon, but this was all a ruse. Again, the push and pull that Fnatic put through on this map, they baited out the Viper's Pit, and they're not even going that way.
I don't know. Oh, look at the position of Kix.
Oh, the 2 HP Chronicles got him.
On for the third, and this is
Dude, they get 8.
Beautiful read from Fnatic.
Well,
not
did
that
they get
play,
8?
but the start of the round, they knew Vitality had pushed up when the alarm bot was broken as an addition. The reaction, I don't know if we'll hear it on the comms, but Alpha clearly called for it. They wrapped back, they were ready for that push-up. The response from Chronicle covering his teammates as the Rolling Thunder came in, keeping him alive.
Chat, look at how far away Les is.
This round alive single-handedly, 4 kills. He's down on 2 HP, and he'll not get a chance to bring the Viper's Pit online. It's the last round of the half. Les is walkabouts. He is running out of time quickly. And I think at this point, you might almost just save the weapon for the stats.
Yeah, what can you even do at this stage? Yeah, you're
done.
On 1 versus 4. Spike is ticking. You're on the other side of the map. You got completely baited by Fnatic, like playing early, like denying that aggression, and then just sprinting over towards that side of the map. He'll get himself one extra kill just to improve.
I wonder how
for
much Chronicle flamed him.
Scoreboard readers, but ultimately a stellar half coming through from Fnatic.
And more importantly, he got his cast up, and that's what it's all about. A nice 8-4 cushion for Fnatic. Let's see if it's enough for them to bring us to map 3 after the break.
This is a very nice half though from Fnatic. Okay, let's mute this for a little bit. Do a quick check in. We have Tim. Tim, thank you so much for the 10, dude. Appreciate you, Tim. Pet as well. I think I missed that earlier. Thank you so much for doing that as well. Let's get W's for Tim. W Tim. I mean, it's another good start for Fnatic. Tumu with the tier 1. Thank you for the 4 months, bro. Thank you. Appreciate that. Like here for the moment. Eight without a pistol, yeah, no, it's an insanely strong half. Map 1? Dude, map 1 was a banger, yeah.
Lead, and they're looking to bring us to map 3, but first they have to best Vitality on their own pick. And now Vitality move to the attack side. They scrounge together a couple rounds, quite literally 2 rounds, after the pistol and the follow-up anti-eco. So it's been a slow start for Vitality, but there's been moments, there's been sparks, and again, Sivov, one of the best debuts that we've seen. And he's continuing on his
2-1 at the
for
moment.
Vitality, pulling
2-1
the
for
sled
the
from the
pistols.
front. 4 rounds in it. This pistol could close the gap, or it could make this a real uphill battle. Durka not liking the ladder.
An 8-4 half in the last map was not enough for Fnatic to take it over the line, and we've mentioned throughout, the Vitality looks so comfortable when it comes to the attack side of Lotus, so much so that a lot of the time we don't get to see much of their defense. Kayak realizing he needs to try and pad the gap after Chronicle is lost immediately. Does a little bit
I
of
like
chip
his confidence
damage,
though. 4v5, they cleared over towards here with a drone. He waits a little bit and no one followed it up, so he tried to re-clear all of this.
There are positions that I think players have earned.
Take a gamble over towards A.
For. And whenever I think of this C site, I think of Althea.
I wouldn't blame Alpha if he tries to stick around and get one here, but he'll probably leave the site.
Towards the B site. If they do go this way, it's just down to that man and his pistol.
Well, you might be calling for the orb to go up, but that's not possible with Chronicle down in the dirt. Alphier gonna follow suit, as is Boaster. A convincing set of opening duels for Vitality. And it looks like that scoreline is about to get a whole lot closer. Considering half of their rounds come off the back of winning the pistol in the first half, it is certainly a breath of fresh air to see them keep themselves in it after such a close map number 1. We know they've got it in the tank.
Okay, very, very nice.
5 to 8. The gap closes. And Fnatic should be on an eco.
Yeah, not expecting a defensive side force.
3-1 in the pistols.
Very surprised to see anything of the sort, but it would have been nice for Fnatic, in fact, on both maps to get the pistol in that second half. Just be able to give themselves a little bit of a boost. Because, as I said, once Vitality get rolling on the attack side, it can be very difficult. I will say,
what do you think about Ye's idea to reduce environmental damage while in the spike diffuse area? Wait, what?
This would
reduce the heavy damage post-bomb meta.
Wait,
what does he mean? It means when the spike's down, if you're in the blast radius, you can't use U till it does damage.
But right now, even though the scoreline is
U does less
firmly
damage?
in their favor, it is definitely not over.
Reduces the damage? Dude, that's a...
Yeah, right. About those adjustments.
In the diffuse range. Oh, only on the circle. Okay, then it's not as mad as I thought.
Yeah. Well, this is the 22nd time.
I think there's better ways of handling it. To be honest, it's not the worst idea ever. Like I think any kind of take like that is going to be okay if you're trying to reduce the afterplant meta stuff, but it doesn't seem. It doesn't make sense, I guess is what I'm saying.
Coming ahead in a lot of those battles. This one should not be one of them.
Like imagine if they actually did this change, everyone would just be like, what the hell are you guys doing? Like that's the weirdest way of handling it.
Back. I thought they were going to go for that. Instead, it's going to be Les crossing over, who runs into 2.
Great shots.
Okay, runs through.
To the sheriff shots from Vitality at the moment.
A free push back towards the other side of the map. I think they even had salvos to deny any cheeky peeks that could have come in from the corner. Those 2 kills completely changed the stature of this round, and while Vitality are still pulling in that sort of FPX style of purchase, you've got 2 pistols.
Dude, imagine explaining that to like noobs though.
If they keep all 5
like this is the problem. Like sure, like that's with the brain that everyone is like, it's a pro play game only. Imagine a bronze player. He comes in, he's got the salvos on the spike, but they don't do as much damage as they did earlier. Like that's not a thing. You're nading someone on the head, you're just like, wait, why didn't this kill them? You tail ult someone that's diffusing, doesn't kill them. It's just not a good way of handling it. Again, he's talking about the right things, I just think it's a weird idea.
Well and truly earned it with their support.
Well, 8 to 6. Both pistols, both follow-ups. now under the belt of Vitality, but this is the round where things truly get interesting. You might be thinking, well, Tom, this is normally a bonus. This is one you'd heavily favor.
What about having Cove should nullify projectiles while like bounces off of them? See, that's not the worst thing ever. And then you got counterplay where for once you might actually want to play Harbor, and then K-Corp can finally
what I can currently see on the board, it looks like
give us a good reason why they're playing Harbor.
Invest into the operator. Mitch, I'm sure you're slightly more excited about a different gun.
Damn, strong arm. Does that really go here?
The big boy out on Boaster. One of my favorite players to see utilize this weapon.
You can't see on the minimap. I'm going to say he's hit it. The alarm bot's kind of blocking exactly where it will go. I reckon he hit it. Chat, anyone got better eyes than me? Wait, I think it is there.
Has to set up a smoke. And for Durka especially, being here, knowing who you're up against, that's a brave play. You know how this guy likes to play. The trigger finger, the only difference between an opening pick for Boaster, Vitality being able to approach this late round with their operator still intact. For now, it looks like they will keep it. Oh, I could have spoken too soon. It's on his head.
Oh, God.
Too loud. Maybe Boaster will hear you.
You know someone in the crowd is just shouting. Great shots. Dude, this pause for some reason is the best pause ever.
In a solid position, spike on the deck, retrieving that is not going to be easy, and you can already see.
Like if you actually play that spawn in ranked, I'm telling you, even if you got aim like Bacon, you'll still get kills.
Vitality were basically looking for it
it's so strong.
For the majority of the round.
This is the way that people face. That's normally like they feel like they clear it and then they W key. Right? You kind of clear everything and then they W key.
Looking for the head, but doesn't get anything, and Alfia immediately swings. Les has taken space on B and does manage to win the fight, but they need to get that spike first.
TP out of there. Boasties hears it.
Straight into the hands of Boaster with the Odin.
Very nice.
The spike down, but it was irrelevant.
They did a little bit of damage. Bacon catching a straight. Dude, is the fast person I could think of. There wasn't. That like doesn't have the best aim.
Now the problem with that bonus, Mitch, is although it was a bonus, they did buy an operator. So not only is that going to go into their opponent's hands, but also that takes the economy low enough that there is now a piece missing.
Exactly. We're bolstering the Fnatic buy, and at the cost of your own economy. Certainly not an ideal scenario for Vitality to be fighting up against 3 rounds.
Bacon is just the image that goes into my head for a bad Valorant player.
He'll be playing as salvos most of the round, and I think
the poor guy. Thing is, the poor guy doesn't even get a chance to play to get his rank up.
Les is down to
so
58.
I just forever can dunk on him.
To the stinger.
Do you reckon he didn't spam it in the last round just for the surprise factor?
Could be, yeah. Do it in
maybe
the
they won't expect. Well, no, it's not even that. It's they wouldn't expect me to buy it, but now they know I have it.
God, look at this damage though.
Could well be.
Strong amount of chip damage. Still got double here. This Omen flash hits 2. Oh, that's an incredible stun to stop him from peeking.
Has to send it to the backside.
Big smoke.
Chasing him down.
Wait, Chronicle just got so much info. We should have seen 2 tether.
But Chronicle from the side, picking up a few. Stinger unsafe. Alongside his salvos have brought this back to even territory.
Oh my God.
Still have Chronicle though. He's tearing through the back lines as they push into the site. It's only the first players through that end up breathing late, safe and kicks. And they're up against it.
Sick,
the
right?
operator of Kayak and the utility clearing down
below. Oh my God, look at it go.
Safe. Needs that.
Could have been nice to wait for the nade, but
his position revealed. This fight might be everything and has to turn tail.
Really nice.
For him,
dude, they handled that insanely well. Obviously, Chronicle did a lot of it. This molly that he does because of the smoke the boss did was sick.
Winning against the bonus, and now winning with the rebuy, Fnatic have put themselves in a fantastic spot. A map that historically has always been theirs, but in recent times, Vitality took their crown, at least in EMEA. They now sit 3 rounds from taking us to a map 3, taking us to Haven. Which, if we're being honest, you look at the comp that Vitality was running for a long time on that map. It was taken from
it's so sick to see Chronicle and Alpha like really pumped up.
Versus Padawan. The question of who that master may be.
Lots of damage, and Chronicle the one to pick up
a smoke
the kill.
there, but
the spams here from Fnatic, such an annoyance for the early rubble control.
Instant reaction when they realize they can't get out A. Oh, it's a good TP. And they do have the luck over towards A.
And he's picked off
Good trades from Vitality. They took a bit of a risk. Prowler went in, and I think they know about less, so he creates a bit of pressure and then insta-rotates to join his team. No plan yet, so Kayak should.
This could be a big problem. Where do you go now? The showstopper's on your tail.
That is great.
That's the spike down in spawn. Last man standing.
Oh my god, now we get a little bit of info of this.
Right into the waiting arms of the Ark. He survives, but now he's sent forward by the nade.
This is a sick round from Kayak. Dude, when this guy gets the op, he just looks so comfy.
Even when things look to get a little bit scary in the mid-round, it seemed like Kayak had a very good read on the scenario, posting up, just waiting for them to try and rotate back towards that C site. It has felt like throughout, Fnatic have been slightly ahead in a lot of those calls.
That's so annoying to play against, man.
I'll say as well, Chronicle is having one hell of a map. Like, that's always the toughest thing, I think, when facing up. Yeah, moving swiftly on. The toughest thing when facing off against this Fnatic is that I feel like when Chronicle is online, it's almost impossible to win. Like, you have to be on your A game every single time, and are currently 16 and 12.
There's no privacy with these replay guys.
Vitality have taken a pause. Maybe a last-ditch effort. As said, in EMEA, their attack sides have been formidable, but they are yet to get
the
themselves
Fnatic
a
voice
buy round.
The vibes are great.
And in fact, that's been the story of this game.
Yeah, I do need to just do a session of just listening to people's voice comms.
Those pistols and seconds.
Everyone posts them.
I think the guys on
I used to watch
Fnatic
loads last year. I haven't watched them.
Incredibly confident. Moving forward into Haven, it really would feel like anyone's game. I thought, like, with Split going Vitality's way,
it should be a relatively easy call for Vitality on this.
Theirs to lose.
The Fnatic probably do some kind of C or punish because they're going for this. The problem is, I would imagine that the op is here if I'm Vitality.
Get a little bit of a blitz.
What do they want to do? Instant salvo to the two positions where the op might be. Smoke to get the orb. Hey, nice and simple though. And Fnatic looking like they're just happy to go get A control. But they're up against they're up against the three main ults really of this comp.
Now he's just right up close.
He's realized the only thing that saved them last time was that wall. Let's take their map shields away. Fair enough. Big ult from Durka. Lots of info found.
They found Chronicle.
They didn't. I don't think they saw Chronicle, no.
No, they didn't. They definitely didn't. Seavoff has teleported into the site. He was frustrated about not receiving info. Now he's not giving it out.
It's an absolute lockdown. God, they're wrecking him.
Blitz on the site and in zone flawless. After the pause. That's moments after. Faded has taken time to explain how those ults could be used, where we can put those into play. And they get nothing.
Instead of doing like
kicks signaling the end of the round.
Instead of doing util off of the info, he just got one and then didn't really do too much with it.
Through a snake bite is an ambitious play.
Oh, that is.
And with two players ready to spam you down, there was no way
oh my
they were
God.
getting away with that one. Chronicle feeling his impact now.
Yeah, 6 chances. It's an omen flash over towards A. And wait, what?
Kayak's taking him down the
There's a fade out here though, right?
Durka tries to match them pound for pound, but he comes up short.
You dare try and use his own spell against him. That one's never going to work. An easy amount of damage, but taken by either side. An early advantage here for Fnatic. A fantastic haunt coming out from Crashies. You look at the ultimates, those are in their favor. Kayak, deep control on it. Where do you even go at this stage? You now have Boaster bolstering B. And even this nasty little trap play. You got the Viper's Pit. You go, okay, well, they blocked off C. And this is what happened in the last round.
They're not even considering it.
You know that this guy is going to be lurking in that spot. And now he's moved up. Buddy, you have got someone
Alpha is so worried that he was like backing into him and he would realize that he couldn't get into the corner properly.
The TP's not going to work. The Viper's Pit integrity is still there. And you can even see the reposition on B.
He fought the soul gas clip. Actually did.
Expecting them to come through, expecting them to clear his angle. He's
oh my God, the door opens, he's just spamming it. The fade eye with the wall up as well. Dude, their reactions are so nice here. Insta wall up into fade on the floor, so if they do go through, you know what to pre-aim. Dude, what a map from them. Dude, they could have 2-0'd this.